Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. I am great. Yesterday I talked about ESPN. Today we're going to talk about ESPN. Will they ever change? Are they about to have a big punch in the jaw from Fox Sports? Well, we'll get to that in a second. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. The more of you that subscribe, and it's free, the wider our algorithm reaches, more people are included. Please help us out and subscribe. If you're not, about half of you that view these videos are not subscribing. Shame, 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 shame. On with the DD. Yesterday we talked about a growing controversy within the ESPN house between Pat McAfee and bosses there. And today we're going to talk about a threat from outside. ESPN owns the rights to the college football playoff, and that will include next year when it expands from 4 schools to 12. Right now, the 4-school playoff, which is 3 games, costs ESPN just a hair under $500 million a year. That's how valuable it is. Well, starting next year, there'll be 11 games. There'll be 2 weekends of 4 games each leading up to the Final Four, the ones that ESPN owns the rights to. So what are those games worth? And who's going to pay what starting in 2024 to show some of those games? Well, according to some reports out there, Fox Sports is putting its hat into the ring, as are many other media companies. But Fox seems determined here that when the entire rights are available in 2026, which is only a few years away, they want it all. And they are talking about putting together a massive bid that ESPN won't want to meet. Now, I think we all agree that ESPN is probably the leader here, but the best thing in the world for college football would be the same thing that happened in college basketball. When ESPN doesn't control the championship, they just do their job reporting. But we're already seeing ESPN steer everything into SEC content, to SEC talking points. It's all going to be about the SEC, and they're also not shy to try to influence the committee into picking their teams. We might have seen it this year when Florida State got left out for Alabama. Now look, you can make a good argument that Alabama was the better team, but Florida State was unbeaten and didn't get in the playoff. And ironically, ESPN also holds the rights to the ACC. This is a concern for the Big 12 because ESPN owns some of those rights along with Fox. And if they're constantly going to favor the SEC, the 5th game of the week in the SEC is more valuable than the top ACC or Big 12 game, it's going to be bad for everyone. And if that spills over into the college football playoff, it's going to destroy college football. I think we're all rooting for Fox. Go get those rights. Get some rights early here. Get your foot in the door. And then let's see if others can really step forward and do what CBS and Turner did in the past when they took away postseason basketball, the NCAA tournament, from ESPN and made it all about themselves. And you know what they don't do typically? They don't influence the committee. They don't want to be part of the news making. They just want to cover their games, which is what ESPN should be doing, but ESPN has to constantly tamper with everything it touches. We're rooting for you, Fox or NBC or CBS Paramount. Anyone else want to step up for the football playoff? Because if it's ESPN, they're going to be pushing for 6 SEC teams every year. And nobody outside of the SEC wants that, needs that, or think that's rooted in any form of reality. Let's go, Fox. Let's see what you got.